Some movies entertain you, some movies impress you. And then once in a while, a movie just moves you. Flow didn't just move me, it wrecked me. Put me back together, and then wrecked me again. I cried like 3 times. How is everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel. So nice to see y'all again. Listen, we're talking flow, okay? And I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm just going to get right into my personal review of Flow and how much, honestly, I loved it. Okay, so Flow is a story about a cat, a dog, a capybara, a lemur, and a secretary bird? I think that's how forgive me for any mispronunciations. But it's 5 animals just trying to survive together. No dialogue, no exposition, just pure storytelling through the animation, the sound, and emotion on the animals. And somehow it manages to say more than a lot of movies that have a full script. But what really makes Flow special is just how it feels. That this movie's a journey. One moment I'm smiling like an idiot, watching these animals play around like real animals do. The next, your stomach is in knots from pure stress, and before you know it, you're crying. You got tears in your eyes. First, biggest point that I want to talk about, animation. Let's talk about the animation, because Flow is beyond stunning. Look, this film took 5.5 years to make, and every second of it shows. It was created entirely in Blender, no storyboards, no deleted scenes, just an unfiltered vision, just carefully crafted and executed to perfection. And if you're an artist like me, you know that just how well Blender can be. I've only dabbled in it a little bit, but it is a free to use 3D software, which made it absolutely extremely impressive in my opinion. I mean, the level of attention to detail is unreal. The way each animal moves, the way their fur or feathers, react to the wind and the water. It's like hyper realistic, but somehow still full of soul. The magic of Flow is how it balances the realism with raw emotion. I mean, these aren't cartoon animals with exaggerated expressions that you're going to see in like some other children's films, some Disney movies, maybe, some other studios that put out these exaggerated cartoonish animal like emotions and everything. No, their faces don't contort to human emotions, but somehow, still through the smallest tilt of a head, a glance, a pause, the dog whimper, the lemur makes a noise, you feel everything that they're feeling because it's real. You've experienced these if you've had a cat, if you've had a dog, if you've seen like any of these animals like in a zoo or in the wild. It's so impressive. I'm so impressed with how well the animation and everything is. Then there's the sound design, the music, the ambiance, the way the silence is used is masterful. Every sound serves a purpose, pulling you deeper into the world. And because there's no dialogue, you become like hyper aware of every little detail. Rustling of the leaves, the patter of the cat's paws going through the grass, on the ground, the distant like cries in the wind with the birds, it all matters. It's incredible. It's truly impressive, and I have to applaud everyone who worked on this film. At its heart, Flow is about survival, connection, the fragility of trust. These animals aren't just wandering, they're living. They play, they fight, they protect each other. The conflict between them feels natural. It's never forced. The bond they form is even more so. And then there's that scene with the bird. I'm not gonna spoil it, but if you've seen it, you know. Oh man, it's almost getting me right now. It shattered me. Flow doesn't just tell a story; it makes you feel every moment of it. What makes this film so powerful is its balance. It's not just emotional gut punches for the sake of it. It gives you joy, wonder, warmth. When the tension hits, it hits hard. This movie either has you smiling ear to ear, or you're feeling like your heart has just been ripped out of your chest, stabbed, punctured, beaten to a pulp, and there's no in between. If you have watched it too, and you somehow missed it, there is a post-credit scene, like an end credit scene. If you are planning on watching it, don't forget that, and if you did watch it, go back. It's beautiful, it's emotional. I honestly only found out about it because I was sitting there scrolling through the reviews on Letterboxd. Even I think I might have missed it, but even that scene, just touches you right in the feels right at the end. This is an Oscar-winning film, and by all means does it deserve the Oscar that it received. No movie since Coda, personally, has made me feel just as much as Flow did. And the fact that they did it without a single spoken word, no line of dialogue, just, 5 animals. That's an achievement in itself. This film is proof that animation isn't just for kids. It's proof that the storytelling doesn't need dialogue. It's proof that real art can come from a place of pure, unfiltered creativity. And as an artist myself, I genuinely derive so much joy from watching this film, from seeing all of this work, 5.5 years, come back together. Flow gets an absolute perfect 5 stars from me. It's absolutely wonderful, y'all. If you have not seen Flow, absolutely, please go watch that film for yourself. It is on Max. Go check it out for streaming. It is incredible. Like I said, no line of dialogue, whatever, and yet it's still just so powerful. I love it. I genuinely love the film so much, y'all. And in conclusion, fuck those other dogs. Y'all, with all that being said, thank you so much for tuning into the video. Please leave it a like because it does really help out the channel so much. And if you made it this far and you still have not subscribed, why not? You're already here. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the channel and to me for this review today. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Peace.